Hi, welcome to my balcony garden. We're going to talk about, we're back again. Um, okay, so what I wanted to talk to you today was about, I went to Walmart about 3 weeks ago and they had tons of tomato transplants, tons of them. So I was looking at them and I was like, all right, I already got two big tomatoes. Why would I need a third one? So then I went home, I left the transplants alone. Went home and then went back to Walmart today. They had those transplants at $1, discounted down to $1, right? $1. So it was like, wow, these are at $1 now. So I was like, hmm, maybe I should get one. And the only reason why I got a third one was when those two are finished bearing, that I have, the two big ones that are starting to bloom and starting to blossom, and I got a tomato on each plant so far, and more tomatoes are coming out. When they finish doing their thing and having the tomatoes and I've picked them, this one should be ready to start coming up and blooming, so that when I'm finished with those tomatoes, I got more tomatoes coming. And that is why I picked up another one. But they are at $1, cheaper than the seeds that they sell, right? I've gone to Walmart before, and these were $2.47. They were $2.47. So I saved $1.47 just for $1 for a transplant, which will give me a lot of tomatoes off of it, right? Because I'm not going to get one tomato per plant. I'm going to get dozens of tomato for one plant, right? And I'm only paying $1, which is a great buy. And that is why I tell you, when you go into Walmart and you go into Home Depot, Lowe's, those big box stores that sell plants, always take a look at their markdown plants, their discounted plants. You never know what you might find in there, what you might like. You know, you might see something that you might like. Like I said, I've gotten fruit trees, got two blackberry trees. I paid for one full price. The second one I got it marked down at a discount for $5. I got my banana tree, dwarf Cavendish, for $5. I got my fig tree marked down for $5. So going towards the discount area, you will find discounted bargains that are great. So I'm going to take this tomato now and I'm going to transplant it because, and I'm not going to, I would normally transplant it in a 5-gallon container, but I don't want it to grow as fast as those are to catch up with those two, because like I said, when those stop bearing, I want this one right behind it. So I'm going to right now transplant it to a 1-gallon container, and as it grows, when it gets a little bigger, then I'll put it into a 5-gallon. That way it doesn't shoot up all at once. It gradually gets bigger, right? So hold on, we're going to do that now. Okay, so I have a 1-gallon container. I believe I bought this, it was a whole bunch of them. I think it was either 30 or 20 containers I bought on Amazon, these 1-gallon containers. It wasn't expensive, right? So I'm going to use that to transplant my tomato. This is a Roma tomato plant. The other two tomato plants that I have, the other two that I have is Big Boy and cherry tomato, right? Those are the big ones. And then this one is Roma tomato. Okay, so we're going to transplant this. Now, we're going to fill the pot up first with soil. Like I said, my potting soil mix is, yes, so here's the container. And my potting soil, I always use 60% potting soil and 40% peat moss, and that's what this is. So we're going to take this and we're going to fill this up with my potting soil. It's loose, so it doesn't get, it doesn't have that cakey feel. Right, there it is. So, I'll put a little bit more dirt in there. That should be enough. Make that little dent for the plant. Now, I always tell you, when you're taking plants out of a container, squeeze the container all around. That way you don't have to tug on the plant. It slides the plant out easily like that. See that? I didn't have to tug on the plant one bit. You don't want to tug on the plant. And I'm going to take the dirt that's around the plant now and loosen it up. We're going to loosen up the soil that is around the plant before I put it into the new soil. Has a good root system. It's looking good, right? So, I'm going to, okay, with tomato plants, you want to get rid of the lower roots, the lower branches. I just pick them off because you don't want them touching the dirt because it could create bacteria. So I'm even going to go up one more further and get rid of this one here, right? Because like I said, I don't want any bacteria on my plant. So you don't want any of the leaves touching the dirt. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to push the soil in on the roots, right? I'm going to get a little stick because I know I'm going to need a little stick to keep this straight. So let's get a little stick for this tomato. I'm going to have to look for clips. I think I have clips inside. So later I'll get a clip on it to make sure it's clipped to the stick. But we're going to get a little stick to put next to the tomato right there. So that way the tomato stays straight. In fact, I'll bring it inside like that, wrap it around it, and make sure this leaf is not touching, none of the leaves are touching the dirt. That way it doesn't get bacteria on the plant from the dirt, right? If you have any leaves that are touching the dirt, it would be to your benefit to cut that leaf off, right? We'll keep that hanging over the pot. And here you go. It's transplanted. Nothing is touching the dirt. The leaves, it's all transplanted. And it's ready to be watered in. And yeah, it's in its new home for a little while until it's going to get a lot bigger. I understand that. And I understand I'm probably going to end up transplanting it one more time. But for now, it's able to spread its roots. Nothing is touching the dirt, none of the leaves. If any of the leaves decides that it wants to touch the dirt because it's hanging too low, I will go ahead and I will get rid of that branch or leaf, right? So yeah, I've buried it into the ground, and yeah, I will water it in and it'll be fine. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day.